Our monitors take us to Saudi Arabia, where you can see the Russian delegation arrive for ceasefire talks with the United States. Negotiators held separate talks with the Ukrainians, but at the same time, both Russia and Ukraine continued to launch attacks across their borders. Russia launched drones across Ukraine overnight. Ukrainian officials say at least 7 people were killed. We are now joined by BBC security correspondent Frank Gardner, who is live in Riyadh for us today. It's good to see you. What can we expect to come out of these talks happening today in Saudi Arabia?
So over the last 24 hours, the US delegation here has been talking first to the Ukrainians, then to the Russians, and soon they will be talking again to the Ukrainians. They're kind of shuttling between them. These talks are taking place in a very grand and opulent palace called the Ritz-Carlton in the center of Riyadh. And that is where the Russians are on a different floor from the Ukrainians. Obviously, they're being kept apart. The talks are focusing primarily on the Black Sea, the shipping lanes. Russia would like a deal there. It wants to be able to revive a previous deal that allowed it to export some of its farm produce and fertilizers. And Ukraine, of course, would like to be able to export its grain. They're also looking at protecting energy infrastructure. So the people at these talks, these are not big household names. Steve Witkoff, for example, President Trump's special envoy, is not here. Instead, the US delegation is led by Andrew Peake from the National Security Council and also somebody very senior from the State Department. The Ukrainians are headed by the defense minister, and he's brought with him naval experts to talk about shipping lanes and mines, and he's also brought with him energy experts. The Russians have brought somebody who is an advisor to the FSB head, the former KGB. Make of that what you will.
Frank, I want to go back to what you mentioned earlier. You talked about the Black Sea. Why is this so important to a deal here?
Well, Ukraine has been making a lot of inroads on Russia in the Black Sea. I mean, it's extraordinary for a country that doesn't really have a proper navy. Ukraine has largely won the Battle of the Black Sea. They have driven the Russian navy out of the western part of the Black Sea. Russia originally planned to launch an amphibious marine sort of commando-style raid on Odessa. They're not able to do that. Ukrainian uncrewed subsea and on the surface vessels, vehicles, have absolutely decimated parts of the Russian fleet. And so Russia has got a vested interest in trying to stop these attacks. They would like to see a ceasefire in the Black Sea. It's in their interest. What the Russians are not prepared to talk about is stopping the conflict on land, because they are not exactly winning, because they're losing up to 1,000 casualties every day, but they are pushing the Ukrainians slowly back. So President Putin thinks he's on a bit of a roll there. He doesn't want to slow down there. But for now, these are limited goals. It's perfectly possible that, Muga, that by the end of today, we could see a statement announcing a partial breakthrough, and that at least would be progress that they can build on.
Right, progress indeed. I want to ask you about Saudi Arabia. Why are these conversations happening in Saudi Arabia?
Well, the Saudis have got the facilities to host these things, but they are primarily, they see themselves as friends to both sides. I don't know if you remember, years ago, back in 2018, there was that grisly murder of that Saudi journalist, Jamal Khashoggi. The CIA concluded that in all likelihood, the Saudi Crown Prince was implicated in this some way, which he denies. But the Western world largely shunned him. There was a G20 meeting soon after that in Argentina. Guess who high-fived him? Vladimir Putin. He's not forgotten that. So the Saudis have got good relations with the Russians and also pretty good relations with the Ukrainians. So it's a natural fit, really, for Saudi Arabia to be hosting these talks. And I don't think these will be the last. I think there'll be some more here.
Some very important context there. Thank you so much, BBC security correspondent Frank Gardner. Appreciate your time today.